As it goes. What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Roulette Delgado. You are now tuned in to the WGSN-DB Going Solo Network, and you are watching the Care Package with your host, Roulette Delgado. I have a special guest today, my good friend, my bro, JLA, aka Justin's League of America.
What's happening?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. It's nice and sunny and hot. I love it.
I am trying my best to maintain all this cuteness in this heat, and it's not going that well. I mean, clearly it's going well.
Behind the bucket hat. It's nice and fuzzy still. Don't worry.
Right. Clearly it's going well, but it's a struggle. It's a struggle to maintain all this good looking. Just a lot. So the heat is.
We don't want to cook this piece of meat too much.
Don't cook this meat too much because I'm dark enough, okay? And I don't want to tan. The heat's crazy. And, so far things have been really good, but I'm just not a huge heat fan. So, but the weather has been nice in Portland. And I'm super glad to have you on the show today because we have a lot to talk about.
We do. We always do.
We always do. And we always get to catch up. And it's always good times. But we talk about our community, LGBTQ community, kind of where we stand in there. It is Pride Month, so happy Pride, everybody. And also we're going to talk celebrity talk, and we're going to get into our care packages as well. This is your first time on the show, so I'll kind of let you know how we go through our care packages. But super simple, pretty fun, and we get to just talk a lot. So,
I'm good with that.
Which is great because
that's the expertise of mine.
You do love to talk. Mm-hmm. I love to talk. So that is my favorite part. Oh, sorry, my phone is going off there a little bit. So first and foremost, we are going to get into celebrity talk, okay? Because there's some stuff going on right now, and I just feel like it's not okay. It's not okay for several reasons. First of all, today's celebrity topic, and I think it's our only topic because Britney Spears, okay, she has had this conservatorship situation going on with her dad, as well as her sister, Jamie Lynn Spears. And basically, if you don't know what a conservatorship is, it's kind of like somebody being your legal guardian. As an adult, you're an adult. They're your legal guardian, controlling your money, controlling your everything, right? And so, obviously, people, were concerned about Britney Spears back when she shaved her head bald and tagged paparazzi with the umbrella. I personally do not feel like she went crazy at all. I feel like she was fed up. Mm-hmm. She was tired, being followed around, cameras in her face all the time. She grew up in the spotlight, Mickey Mouse Club with Christina Aguilera, Justin Timberlake, all of them. I feel like she was just tired, okay? Right. She was tired of being attacked constantly about her image, her weight, just everything. And she finally lost it. She went to that beauty salon and said, cut my hair now. Shave me bald. I don't want them to know who I am. Shave me bald. Maybe they'll leave me alone. Did they? Absolutely not. She shaved her head. She looked like E.T., and they just continue to follow her around and harass her, okay? I love Britney Spears. Always been a fan of hers. Amazing music. But I do feel like she cracked. I don't feel like she went crazy. Absolutely not. I feel like she had enough, and she was angry, and she cracked. And unfortunately, because she didn't have children, they took it really serious, and they made it seem like she lost her mind. So, we're going to give her conservatorship. Your dad will run, all of your finances, or your sister, blah, blah, blah. To the point where I think we read somewhere that she was barred from removing
her contraceptive or whatever. Yeah.
A contraceptive from her body to prevent her from having kids with her new boyfriend, who was also not allowed to drive her around in his car.
That's a trip.
That's
a trip.
A lot. Oh. So she finally spoke out today. What's it today?
Today's the 23rd? Wednesday? Yeah.
Yeah. So I think she spoke out today in court. Finally, she finally said something and said that she's tired of it. She's ready to get back to her life, and she wants to run her own business and money. So how do you feel about this whole conservatorship and how it deals with Britney Spears?
You know what? To be 100% honest with you, it's just one thing continuously rolls back into my mind, in and out. It's like, you don't own anybody. Like that's I don't know how it got that far, but for people to just blindly believe it was beyond me. Because when I saw it working in the field with people who have, say, invisible disabilities or differently abled and stuff like that, also your mind can just crack. And think about all the times that you freaked out. Would you ever want a camera in front of your face?
Absolutely not.
No, I just can't ever get behind puppeteering somebody to the point of insanity.
Right.
That's just not cool. Plain and simple. One thing after another, I would get tired of it too.
And you know what? I feel that because I feel like some people just are in it for the money.
Oh yeah.
I do feel like her dad is only in it for the money because he is literally in control of millions of dollars upon millions of dollars in the state and liquid. So it's kind of like there's a greed factor, and then I don't think her sister really was being greedy. I think she genuinely wants to help her sister. Jamie Lynn Spears wants to help Britney Spears, but her being a younger sister, also being in the spotlight, I don't think it's really necessary nor safe for her to be head of a conservatorship because I don't think she's experienced in that field, so it wouldn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, like, age isn't always wisdom, but you still need a little bit of life experience to get something like that under your belt.
Exactly. Tanya, how are you doing? Thank you for tuning in with us. We so appreciate you. I love you so much. I know. And so, I definitely feel like because I don't think Britney Spears is crazy, I feel like one of the biggest things they try to reference is her Instagram. So on her Instagram, there's a lot of videos of her dancing around, doing choreography, practicing. She's not wearing makeup, and she has like black rings around her eyes, which is probably mascara. And I feel like they solely judge it on that. I think she's just having fun. Yeah. She's in quarantine like everybody else. At home, bored, wants to do choreography. She had a residency in Vegas, but I think that kind of she stepped away from that once the conservatorship started, and she has been behind closed doors. And so
she's been in quarantine longer than COVID's been going on.
Yeah, she has.
Honestly,
she was in quarantine before COVID even.
Cool.
Yeah, Britney Spears was quarantined before it was cool to quarantine. So clearly, I feel like they completely misread her. I don't think she's crazy. She still knows how to do her thing on stage. She's amazing still. They need to let that girl have her money and do her.
Just let people be people. As long as they ain't hurting you or themselves.
Yes.
Shaving your head, I know for a fact people do that.
Right.
I've done it after breakups. I was like, I can't do this anymore. Everything is gone. Pictures, everything. So, like, I think that was, and honestly, I want to get big and famous enough to the point where I can attack the paparazzi with umbrella.
And that scares me because I definitely am not a violent person.
No.
But I just cannot see myself being able to withstand somebody in my face 24/7 with a camera flashing me. And what if I crash? Or what if, you just never know. And it's like, where's the regard for human life? And like, she was carrying her babies and her cameras in her face, trying to get it's like, come on. It's like vulture culture.
It really is.
It's vulture culture.
It is. Because what is it at one point in time? Because like for me, it's the tail end that I got.
Yeah.
Because remember, I was still like, a little bit younger and
stuff.
Yeah. But I remember her being on everything.
Right.
Guest starring, cameo appearances.
Yep.
I'm sure, yeah, for sure she did the Super Bowl.
She did.
Yeah.
And she was amazing.
And then it just all in one instance just simmered away. And I, as an artist, could never, that's the thing I dread. That really is the traction, the movement, all just stops.
Right.
It's at the station for a while, and we don't know what the maintenance is looking like.
Exactly. And to me, that's a scary thing. And I really hope that eventually it comes to a point where they can get things figured out, because it's really sad to see that she can't control her own life when I'm sure she probably can. But they are trying to get her money. Free Britney, okay? Free her.
Yes.
Give her money back. Let her do her. Let her dance around her house in a tutu in heated socks if she wants to. Who cares?
It's her money, and she needs it now.
And she needs it now.
She needs it now.
We need to call JG Wentworth.
Yeah, I know. There's a window. I'm about to yell it out like a call sign, a Batman sign, but their logo pops up.
Okay, tell Britney Spears to call JG Wentworth and then get her money back.
Proper representation is needed.
Exactly. So, and another topic, celebrity topic. Me.
Hey!
I consider myself a local celebrity only because people know who I am locally. Definitely known in Canada as well, other states in America too. But I've built a pretty solid fan base for myself. And being a local celebrity, I am releasing a new single and video on July 1st. It's called Bustin' Back. And Bustin' Back basically stands for all of the hate and the shade, all the things people say about me, all that. I usually just kind of go, let it fly off the back. But I'm ready to bust back now. And I'm going to talk my okay?
There's a bleeping button.
Some bleep bleep. I'm going to talk my bleep because I refuse to allow anybody to bully me or push me out of being the artist I know I can be because of their stupid opinion. Okay?
Right there.
Everybody has an opinion. Just like they have a you know what. And if you didn't have a you know what, you'd be full of crap. So, I'm releasing my new single where I'm also doing choreography in the video. Major shout out to Carlos Ortiz in Fuse Dance Studio.
Oh, yes.
The amazing dancers. I mean, literally so much talent, okay? I have a groove. I have a two-step. I can move. But never have I ever saw myself doing choreography. I always wanted to when I was a kid. Both of my sisters were in drill team and would make up dances and stuff. And I'd be sitting on the sidelines I could probably do that. But I was just too ashamed to dance in front of people. But how I've grown. But being 35.
He shares like a fine wine,
Okay, this wine is the best wine.
Saucy.
It's so it's a slight it's a little gamey. Hit you right here. No, but it's been a long time coming, and so the video featured choreography. We were on location at Sand Lake, which is the dunes. So it was like a deserty scene with the dancers, and I have this amazing jacket that my sister Sheniqua Vogt, who was not here today. She's dealing with family stuff, and we'll be back next week in 2 weeks. But we love your whole life. And she made me this half jacket with a trench coat, but one long side and one short side with the long sleeve, crop top.
Like vest almost?
And it's gold studded out. I mean, it's amazing. And she handcrafted it. It's so good. And so then we're in studio doing choreography too. Shout out to Fuse Dance Studio, Carlos Ortiz. Everybody. Zach Olsen, who shot the video.
We did one of our videos too.
We're getting to that too because no, it's okay.
So much good stuff.
We have so much so Zach Olsen is 19 years old. He's an amazing videographer.
Very talented.
So talented, it's ridiculous. And so we're doing work together, and this video is literally going to be one of the best videos out of Portland. I kid you not.
And I guarantee it.
Yes, from the topic to the everything about this video is going to be so good. But it gives me Missy Elliott vibes, and I've always wanted to be like a male Missy Elliott. If somebody ever ask me who I compare myself to, a male Missy Elliott who can rap, dance, and sing, do it all, And so
you were leading everybody up in that too. I saw you. They had to catch up with you after a while. I was like, who's this guy?
No, they not. Well, I was doing my thing, but
he's very so aloof to it, but no, he was really getting down with that. I didn't know who that was out there.
No,
That's
I mean,
not.
it definitely felt like an out-of-body experience because there are people in the studio watching us, and I never have done choreography for anybody. One time I auditioned for 106 in Park and did some choreography, but that was a long time ago. I was skinnier and way more confident. So these days, I'm like with the creaks and the cracks and the, feeling like I'm in my 30s, looking like I'm in my 20s. It definitely felt good to do that, and it's going to be amazing. But speaking of that, I have a billboard downtown Portland, Southwest 2nd and Washington. Drew Miller, what's up, bro?
We will.
The billboard is like 48 feet high. Moira, hi. And it's a huge. It's like a huge mural, like a building on Southwest 2nd and Washington, downtown Portland. I'm actually going to do a selfie billboard contest. If you're watching this right now, and you know where my billboard is, go take a selfie. Take a selfie. Phone. With my billboard and share it online. Tag 5 people. Also letting them know if you tag 5 people and share this, you have the chance of winning $200. Okay, we're gonna draw a random name out of a hat. So tag me in it, share it, and that's gonna help promote the new single. We're also doing a TikTok dance challenge. Okay, it's gonna be insane. We're gonna have TikTok going up all summer with this crazy dance. Like, it's gonna be really, really good. So make sure you guys tune in for that. And so it's just a really good song. But I am just really, really ready to take over the summertime because I feel like has been a lot going on.
Too much.
Too much.
I was going to say, there's not a lot. There's just been too much.
Yeah. Portland has been experiencing a lot of loss to gun violence. And it's really, really sad. And so my thing is to try to create positive vibes, fun. Even though my song is not like a Will Smith positivity, I'm talking shh, okay?
He's
talking big shh, okay? Because I have to, okay? Yeah. Because I spent too many years hiding under a rock, okay? And this is actually my return to rap music because I was doing R&B for a long time. And I was trying to find myself as an artist, which I knew who I was the whole time, but there were certain aspects of my artistry in my life that needed to be molded into my brand. Now that I have my entire brand together, as you can see.
Happy Pride Month, by the way.
Hi, Kayla.
Hey.
Yeah, happy Pride,
Happy Pride.
I just figured that it's time that we actually make a difference out here and do something different that can grasp the attention of people and motivate people to do better, do other things, and just really want to be great. You know what I mean? And so
that's all you can ever ask for.
That's all you can ever ask for.
That's all you can ever ask anybody. Remember that.
Yeah.
Is their best.
Exactly. That's because, as long as you're doing your best, you got the rest.
If you like my meme, make sure you like it, share it. But if you end up just sharing it, it was that good.
Yeah. It's so true.
Best.
And this guy, this is the meme king over here. This guy.
I've been having fun lately. I'm surprised that I haven't been kicked out of Facebook. I feel bad for Shrista. Shout out Shrista, though. She out.
Oh my gosh, Shrista Tyree gets kicked off of Facebook so much, but for the dumbest things. Like, she literally is the funniest person on planet Earth.
She's a vibe, for real.
She's a whole vibe.
She's a whole vibe.
That's my baby mama, and she don't know it. But
oh my God,
she gets kicked off of FB, and all she does is tell the truth. She tells the truth. I feel like FB their censoring has been quite crazy. Hopefully they don't kick us off for this. Tom or whatever. Was it Tom? No. Tom was MySpace.
Don't you even dog Tom. Tom was our friend. And then he just disappeared. Yeah, every time you get on MySpace, he was your first friend.
Oh yeah, he was. Zuckerberg. Can you stop blocking us? Like, cut it out, okay? There's a lot of things going on in the world, and blocking us off FB for telling jokes and telling the truth is not okay.
Go create a cryptocurrency or something.
You got the money, okay? Create a new Tesla or something.
Make an island. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something that rich people do. Pop some champagne up on their yacht.
Oh my God.
MC Hammer style. Honestly.
Oh my gosh. Listen, you guys, we got to pay some bills. Please do not go anywhere. Stay where you are. You are tuned in to the WGSN-DB Going Solo Network.
Plus one.
Sean Lala, what's up, boy?
Plus
That is my brother. Lala Boy is an amazing artist, too. We're going to bring him up on this next round. So make sure you guys stay tuned in. WGSN-DB Going Solo Network is the care package. We're going to pay some bills. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
Don't do it. I'm telling you right now. The Kangol hat will come off if you do.
Stay put.
You know we're waiting.
Okay. Back. Thank you guys for tuning in to the WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. I am Roulette Delgado. You're watching the Care Package with my special guest today, JLA, a.k.a. Justin's League of America.
That's your dog. Got to get the nerdiness out of the way right out the get-go.
First and foremost, can you explain to the people where you got your name?
So, I was born in Indio, California.
Mm-hmm.
And most people don't know where that's at.
I don't know where that's at.
Future reference. I got it on my arm.
Okay.
It's right there. Yeah.
At the bottom.
At the very bottom, close to the border, right? everybody's like, oh, you're from LA. I'm like, no, I'm from India.
Mm.
No, you're from LA. All right, so somebody gave me JLA, and I was like, well, I'm not going to claim LA because I'm not from LA.
Mm.
So I was like, the Justice League of America. But I can't use that. The Latin derivative of Justin is justice, so I just switched it. And I got the corniness out of the way with the good old meaning, you know?
I think that's super dope way to get a name. I've always admired your name for sure because I feel like it's very different.
Thank you.
I feel like the play off of the Justice League of America is great. And I feel like it's a household name. And it will grow into a very household name. And so I've known you for a long time now.
Yeah.
And we actually met because you saw my episode of Divorce Court.
I did, yes.
Right.
I saw.
And so I was on Divorce Court. He saw the episode. This was some years back. And reached out to me. And it was very humbling because back then I got a lot of hate and negativity for being on that show and coming out on that show. So when you reached out, it was very positive. Like, hey, man, I saw what you went through, man. Much luck. Keep your head up. I am also a Portland artist. And if you ever want to collab or anything, let me know. We ended up becoming like best friends. Like, this is one of my best friends. And truly appreciate having you in my life. So now we're past the sappiness. You are a really dope rapper, songwriter. And where did you start your music journey?
So I think it was just, I'll make it short so it's not too long. I have very young parents. I'm 25. My mother just turned 43, and my dad's 42. So I kind of grew up with them, tail end of the 90s into the early 2000s. And we all know, if we know, great times for hip hop and music in general.
Right.
I mean, yes, everything did look like it was being filmed inside a cheese grater for music videos, but it was fire. Oh, yes. To be honest with you, I gained a lot of strength and inspiration from Eazy-E because he was a small guy like myself and he had a lighter voice.
Right.
And you know how hip hop can be sometimes very male, masculine.
Oh, yeah. Hyper masculine.
Yeah, it's hyper masculinity. And so I just pretty much decided, I was like, you know what? I'm going to take that little Napoleon complex that all us little peeps have. And then we're just going to push it into positive words. Right. You know what I mean? I don't want to bust anybody down too much, but I'm not afraid to disassemble some of the armor and see what's down there.
I love that because, rap, hip hop in general is very hyper masculine. And so lately we see a lot of people breaking barriers like Lil Nas X.
Oh, yes.
Who breaks so many barriers all the time. He's an amazing artist. A lot of people who do. And so one thing that we have in common with Lil Nas X is that we're both part of the LGBTQIA plus community.
Yes.
Now, I consider myself, I used to say bisexual, then it was I'm gay, and then it was tossing labels around. Now I don't really have any labels. I like what I like. Yeah. Definitely more into guys, but that's just who I am as a person. So to my understanding, you are gender fluid.
Yes.
So can you explain to all of the caregivers out there, which is our watchers, the caregivers, what that means? So to me, I'm going to tell you what it means to me personally, because it's going to be different across the board for everybody, which I'm cool with that. For me, my thing is I want to continue to, like we were talking about, breaking those barriers. So for me, I don't walk around, I see myself as two halves to a whole. And I need those two halves. But for me to accept only one part of that leaves me with a lot of emptiness. For a long time in my life, I really did feel like I had some sort of emptiness. And it just dawned on me one day. I was like, you know what? I asked a lot of my friends. I even asked you. And I was talking about it. And I was like, the one thing is I feel like if I come out and say this, I'm not living and looking and being a part of the expectation of what queer people are supposed to look like, right? No. I love the way that I dress. I don't see clothes as gendered. You know what I mean? That's just pretty much what it is. Colors are not gendered. Right. It's just I want to wear what I want to wear and be who I want to be. And
Do it fearlessly authentic, you know,
Yeah.
like that's your kind of title right here,
Yeah.
right up on the arm.
I
and
love
that's
that.
What we gotta live by.
That's what I love about you is because you really don't care what people think. And you're very genuine in your music, in your life. And also I know that there are other things that you may struggle with too, that you're a huge, huge advocate for. You want to talk about that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So like I've been you're talking my journey on self-discovery when it comes to substances and whatnot. Like with my sobriety.
Sobriety, also dealing with ADHD.
That's another one. Okay, cool.
Stuff like that, because I feel like it's important for people to know the extent of how far that can go.
Oh, it really does go far.
And I feel like because like you're on this journey of sobriety, which I am myself,
yes,
that you have definitely broken a lot of barriers and have chosen to live in a way where most people will find very difficult.
It is at times very difficult, but the one thing I always like to remind people is it is your job to learn. So in order for you to learn, you have to make mistakes.
Right.
And you get to decide how much that mistake impacts you, and how far you want to go with it.
Right.
Because we know we can hold things on our shoulders. And to transition into me having ADHD, I'm an adult with ADHD. So it's going to look very different. I have what they call an invisible disability. So on top of that, it umbrellas OCD, which by the way, I collect obsessive amounts of Legos. That's one of my things. And I have a comprehension disability. So I actually went through school until about my sophomore or junior year, not knowing how to read. I didn't know how to read until I was in probably junior year of high school.
No way.
Yeah. I was able to float by. I was really good at math and doing all that stuff because it was required to read. But actually, there's a segue to that. A lot of people who grow up with ADHD find themselves questioning things like sexual orientation, their gender. It's like we have on average twice as much thoughts roll through our brain as a neurotypical person is what we would call normal. Right. Which I think is a little loose term for everything because we all kind of got something going on up here. Right. But I want to be an advocate because, and I got to show and throw love out to Joyner Lucas for making an entire album about ADHD. It really influenced me to continue to talk about it. So that's awesome. And there's a lot of artists in the scene out here in Portland that have ADHD or some form of hyperactivity. Right. So a lot of people, they even suspect people like Einstein, Picasso, like a lot of people to do so. And, honestly, if it wasn't for hip hop, I wouldn't have been able to shoot that out to the world, and I would have been a Buddhist monk right now. So, which is also awesome. And speaking of hip hop, we actually have a song together. Yes, we do. On your new project that's coming soon. What's the name of your project? I'm torn. I think I'm just going to call it 86. 86. Okay, cool. 86th Avenue. Because you grew up in Southeast, Felony Flats. Yeah, Felony Flats, baby, Lintz. We have this song called Stars. The video is insane. The song is crazy because it just talks about, essentially it sounds like astrology, but it's more so about how people in higher places, stars, how they're not as bright as they used to be, and how things have changed so much. And so looking forward to releasing that with you, the video and everything. And where can people find your music right now? So you can find me on all major platforms, every single one of them. You can go look up Justin's League of America. If you want to find me on social media, my tag is @RealJLA503, all across the board. You can find me anywhere with those two things. Nice. I actually have my own little Google page now. When you type up my name, it'll pop up with all my stuff. Nice. Out here going places. Going places. Google's like, I recognize you. I see what you're doing. Right. You're also not copywriting, infringing anything. Exactly. So, yeah, we're good. Exactly. All right, caregivers. So it is your favorite part of the show where we get into our care packages. Woo! And of course, as always, we're going to get into our word of the week. And since you are my guest, I'll let you grab this first one. Really dig in there and try to get a good one. Oh, I'm joking again. Word of the week. Word of the week. Would you look at that? It's elevation, kiddos. Elevation. Elevation. Okay, so when I hear the word elevation, I automatically think of rising higher. Yeah.
speaking for me personally, my journey through music has been crazy because in life in general, being born in prison, being in foster care, dealing with sexual molestation, things like that, and growing up and having a lot of that on my back, and turning to music to save me was a huge step of elevation, right? Mm-hmm. But then making a name for myself when I dropped my first album, The Antidote, that was when I solidified myself as a rapper. But it wasn't until I actually came out is when the elevation really started. Okay,
it's just so hot that the sun is blinding me right now. I had to put on its
wardrobe changes. No, elevation.
It's elevation.
And I really truly believe that I elevated and evolved so much after coming out into this person, like a Pokemon. I was like this hard-shelled creature and being, and then all of a sudden I'm this like Jigglypuff, soft, positive, fun, creative, colorful
still
being.
Dangerous though. Still dangerous. Still busting back.
Still busting back. No, I'm not really dangerous. I'm just a huge local person.
Oh yes.
And elevation. The bars are crazy. That's what it'll get you. And so that's elevation for me. So when you hear the word elevation, what do you think?
For me, elevation. And I strongly advocate for people to think about what they need first. But for me personally, elevation is how can I help the squad?
Yeah.
How can this elevation is like a two-sided coin for me. It's like it's a win-win either way.
Right.
You get to see your homies elevate and you get to a position. And now this is going to be important for anybody who's an artist. Don't get caught up in watching the homies elevate and being like, why the hell am I down? Oh, sorry. Why am I down here? But think of like, oh, now that they're up there, they're waiting for me to come up with them. So like, let's continue this ladder that we keep on pushing up. But elevation for me, elevation is making sure I wake up every day, looking at the ceiling. I know it's kind of like a little pun there, you know, but knowing that every day has the ripe opportunity for elevation. Take every opportunity you can get for sure.
I love that.
Because that's what we need. Healthy competition.
Healthy competition. And when it comes to competition, listen, don't worry about what other people are doing, okay? Obviously, you want to keep an eye out for what's hot, what's next. But when you spend too much time worrying about who's elevating past you, what they're doing, how they're doing it, you are literally giving up that time you could be doing for yourself, number one, okay? I used to sit back and go, man, somebody's doing better than me. What am I going to do? How am I going to – this is young Delgado, young – before I came out, like really trying to figure out who I was. It was a little tight Delgado, right? And then came like, you know, coming out, elevation. Motor Center, elevation.
That was cool. Being
one of the first, you know, people of color, LGBTQ, to perform on a float at Beaverton's first Pride Parade, elevation. Breaking all these barriers and elevating. And then you have people who will go out of their way and in a roundabout way try to tear you down and make you feel like your successes, they may be small successes, but make you feel like they're just not enough and they're doing better than you. It's sad, but at the end of the day, you keep elevating, you keep doing you keep making those moves because you're going to win, period, point blank. And that is elevation.
Don't listen to the undercover haters.
Ever, okay? All right, caregivers. So love advice. Let's see. Okay.
Oh, wait.
Love advice.
A good one.
Whoo! Red flags. Not Six Flags.
Them red ones?
Red flags.
Red flags.
So when you hear red flags, what does that tell you?
Well, hindsight's 20/20. Red flags. Just getting out of a relationship. Wow. There's like a field, okay? When I see and hear red flags, I think of just these like this timeline going back and forth. And each time it's like Mario, once you conquer castles, boom, red flag. Yeah. And for me, I'm really listening to that gut feeling. Oh, yeah, you're very pretty, but how long is this going to last?
Yeah.
Oh, I definitely know you want to settle down and do this stuff right out to gate 30. I want to be up in New York doing something cool.
Okay.
That's a red flag for me right
Speaking of, we're actually going to New York.
Woo!
I'm walking my second fashion show.
Yes!
Idris, what's up, baby?
Hey.
I'm walking my second fashion show with Queen's Closet and King's Closet collection in September. Shout out to Studio 21, my executive producer, Deb Howard, who we love so much for making it all possible. But red flags, I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. No, that's actually perfect. Like, red flags is honestly just, for me, you gotta like this very similar things that I do. Mm-hmm. I don't want you to be exactly like me. Mm-hmm. I want you to like similar things. Yeah. And a big part of my life is I hang out with my homies. Yeah. My dogs, like my family, that stretches wide and far.
Right.
The red flag for me is if you don't like that.
Right.
Then that means that you just want me for yourself.
Selfishness.
Yeah. And it's easy to do when you're an artist too.
Yeah, it's true.
You're on this rise and people think again like that. They're not looking at it as an elevation point.
A lot of my relationships ended. And
or they try to jump on your boat.
And you're like,
wait. No. You can't. You're already coming along with me. Why do you need more?
Exactly. And I'm gonna keep it really short. Red flags, run. Okay. Mm-hmm. Trust your gut when you see him. Get out of there. I made the mistakes of trying to be the best in people and always get hurt in the end because I'm hard-headed. See red flags, then you run, okay? Mm-hmm. So that's your relationship advice. And self-care advice. You can get this one. Self-care advice. That's quick.
It's hot. I went in there real good. Yeah. Oh, self-motivation.
Self-motivation.
Screw up.
Oh, okay. Oh, you saw the billboard downtown?
Hey.
Self-motivation. I wake up every single morning, I kid you not, and I tell myself, you're amazing.
That's it.
You're handsome. You're worthy. You're an amazing guy. And I do this because I love myself and I want to motivate myself to be the best me that I can be every single day. No matter what people say about me, no matter how they feel. You know, things get back to me all the time about so-and-so said this, so-and-so said that. So-and-so ain't paying my bills, okay? So-and-so ain't feeding me. So-and-so ain't making me, so-and-so, it just don't matter, okay? I'm getting money. I'm in my career, going in, climbing the ladder, doing me. So I motivate myself every single day to be a better me so I can provide for my family later on in life and be a success and change the world.
Nice.
Self-motivation.
Self-motivation. Yeah, honestly, that's a big one too. That's pretty much, I float the same line. I like to wake up in the morning and if I see the ceiling, woo, it's a blessed day. I had a very bad break in my leg. Mm-hmm. And so now that I can walk, it's not the best, but I can walk. Mm-hmm. It's a blessed day. Walk, talk, and breathing.
Absolutely.
And, honestly, self-motivation can look like so many things. For me, a person who's always on the go, my motivation to sit down and be in the moment and appreciate everything that's happening right now is true. That's all we really need.
Right.
Is each moment. We don't need to be caught up in what's going to happen or what already happened. I don't want to live in the past or the future. I just want to be right here, right now. So self-motivate. Get yourself a bath bomb. Sit there with a nice book. Get yourself some witch candles and put them in the corner over there and play some smooth jazz or something.
But don't practice witchcraft.
Okay. Evil eye. But no, honestly, it's do everything you can for yourself within reason.
Yes. Yeah. And stay motivated, people.
You know the answers. You always know the answers.
Absolutely.
Seriously, it's not as hard as you think it might be.
It's really not, and it's easy to get yourself in order. Self-motivate, stay inspired, and reach for those dreams because stars are not that far. So, caregivers, thank you for so much for tuning in to the WGSN-DB Going Solo Network and the Care Package with Roulette Delgado and my special guest, JLA, a.k.a. Justice League of America. Look him up on IG, Facebook, JLA.
Right there.
You got to check him out. He's an amazing artist. We got a lot coming soon. We appreciate you guys so much.
Love you guys.
Be safe out there. We love you so much. Caregivers, I love you. Tune in 2 weeks for another amazing episode of the Care Package with Roulette Delgado. We'll see you next time.
Dude, this is what I need.